Okay, up for sale is one 1964 Chevy pickup truck. A little bit of rust. Previous owner crushed this little column here, but the front end's good, so I would suggest it unbolts. You can buy a new one, or I'd go down like Pacific Steel and get something made, just get something similar, and then bolt it in. Probably do the same thing here, keep it across, but it's very common angling, so that could be made at Pacific and they'll bend it and all that stuff, etc., etc. A little bit of rust down here. You can get these fenders brand new for 200 bucks, and I have the magazine, the Chevy truck magazine in there. It tells you how to do it and get it all set and done. Doors there. Rockers rusted on the inside, but not on the outside, so carpet could be or a new carpet, but I don't really care how it is. The heat does work. It's on this switch here. Now I'll get back to this when I get inside. I'm gonna keep showing you the body, so I get distracted. So it could be cut here, you know, you tack weld another piece of iron in there, or just leave it. Has the mags on it, the old mag style. Obviously that's not OEM. Kind of corny. Same thing, kind of rusted right here in the same spot. The water through the years accumulates in here. So, same mag style. Little rust spot by the door, a little bit of fill. Same thing, the rocker, kind of rusted out a little bit. It could just use a very little bit of filling, but it's not like it's totally gone. The door's good. Okay, choke, pull it. Missing a little thread, but it works. Open it back up. So the horn is moved to here, so it works. Your wipers, that one does work. It's just loose. See how it rocks? I'll tighten that up and find a wiper to put on it, but it does work. Your lights do work. The gas gauge, it works sometimes and then sometimes it doesn't, so it's really odd. Your heat is on this, like I said. Hear it? It gets really hot in here. Your pressure gauge works, your amp gauge works. There is no heat gauge, so I just get the AutoZone 1999 little heat deal, hook it up. Speedometer does work. Rack and pinion steering, none of that, there's no bullshit, so it turns like on a dime. Top does work. Used to have speakers in it, not anymore. So on and so forth. The directions do work, it's just someone busted them off, so I did get it with a screwdriver, and you can change the directions. It does work. I keep the keys in here. You can lock and unlock this, so right now it's in the unlock position, but you can lock it so it can't be turned by hand. So all the accoutrements work. This does not. Your emergencies does not, and your blinkers do not, because some fool cut the wires. You always get some jerk doing this stuff. He cut them. So some guy somewhere in time went through all this work to fix it, and then another jerk went through the work to cut it. Yeah. The window's it can be a little aggravating. Sometimes it wants to roll down, it's not, so I kind of put it off the channel, just move it down by hand, you move it back up, you got to roll it again. It's really weird how this thing works. Well, when it wants to work. So yeah, it seems to fall off on the channel in the door, but you can move it up by hand and then turn it about a quarter of a degree and it'll lock it up. So yeah, that's that. Wood bed could be replaced, little cut there. Fenders aren't all rusted out. Transmission's solid, 3-speed on the floor. It's a 250 out of a 78. That runs really well, actually. New battery. Has a Weber carb on it that someone puts the air cleaner, does not fit the carb. They cut a hole in the air cleaner to fit this carb and bungeed it on. It's corny, but it works and it runs very well. This truck runs super cool, super good. So Not perfect, but also, you know, it's an old truck. It gets a lot of, I get bothered all the time when I drive this thing. I'm more of a private individual, and everywhere I go, I always get, you know, gas stations get haggled, and where I'm at, I get haggled in this truck. Kind of cool. Hey, this will be for sale next. An old Jeep Commando, winch, all the goodies, big tires. I got some 6-inch rims that go on it that are camoed. Roll bar, all redone, redid the floor. Last thing I got installed on it is a swinging tire rack. Took years to do this thing, but yep, that'll be up next. So I'm going off again. Big window in the back, and let me know what you guys think. It can drive. You can drive this thing all the way to Spokane if you wanted to. It drives really well. I drive it all the time. All right, guys, have a good one, and happy buying on here.